Bob Melvin said that he called for the bunt with Nola up at the plate, Nelson Cruz at third base, calls for the bunt, and Cruz ends up getting thrown out. So in that spot right there, I was like, I'm actually kind of fine with that. I get it's Cruz running, but they had to make almost a perfect play, and they did. The glove flip, it was good, forcing the issue. Like, I was fine with that, especially with Nola up at the plate. It's not like it was Manny up at the plate. Nola, he was going to get out probably anyway, right? So get the bunt. It could have been a better bunt probably. Like, don't go right back to the pitcher. But I was fine with that in that spot. But later in the game, Gary Sanchez pinch hits. It's a 2-run game, and there's no one on base. So a home run doesn't do him anything. It's a 1-run game there. And if he's going to pinch hit anyway, and it's not like he was pinch hitting to be just a pinch hitter or go to the DH spot. No, he pinch hit and then came in as the catcher, replacing Nola later in the game. So if you're going to do that anyway, there's a runner on third with less than 2 outs. Why not have Sanchez go hit for Austin Nola in that spot and not have to have Nola bunt there with Cruz on third? That's what Bomel probably should have done. The bunt there, if Nola's the only option, like, I'm actually fine with that. They tried it, forced the issue, but it was the Sanchez thing. Like, later in the game, okay, Sanchez is going to hit anyway. Put him in the game in the 5th inning there. Like, that's a golden opportunity there with Gary up at the plate, less than 2 outs. He's more likely to have a fly ball than Austin Nola to the outfield, I would assume. He's more likely to hit a home run than Austin Nola. He's more likely to hit one in the gap, get a hit, anything than Nola, right? So I disagreed with Bomel's decision to have Nola hit there. I know a lot of people were like, oh, yeah, why is Nola bunting there with Cruz on third? That doesn't make sense, and I understand that. I think the focus should be more on why the heck was Gary not up at the plate in that spot. So that was just one of the spots there. Tatis ended up flying out later in that inning. There were other runners in scoring position opportunities here. I'm just going through because I don't want to miss them. I want to go through MLB.com here. So 6th inning. Oh, yeah, 6th inning. So Soto, he leads off with a double. Manny strikes out. Soto tried to steal third base. You have Xander Bogaerts up at the plate, who's getting paid a ton of money. He's one of your superstar players. You're already in scoring position, Juan. Why are you trying to steal third base there? Okay, less than 2 outs there. Get a was there? Yeah, when Soto, before he got caught, there was 1 out after Manny struck out. Less than 2 outs. Okay, I guess trying to get to third so a Xander sac fly scores you, but a base hit scores you, and Bogaerts singled. Some said on social media, yeah, he wouldn't have scored anyway. But for me, like, why are you're not Fernando Tatis Jr., dude. Why are you trying to steal third base? Just, you're in scoring position. Just, you did your job. You doubled. All right, good. If Xander can't drive you in with a single, he can't drive you in with a single. If Kim can't drive you in after that, he can't drive you in after that. But don't get thrown out at third base like that. I disagree with that. There's another opportunity. 7th inning, no one in scoring position, 3 up, 3 down there. 8th inning, Tatis, he walks, steals second. Soto strikes out. So there's an opportunity with the runner in scoring position. And then Manny grounds out. Emmanuel Clase came in the game. That guy is freaking filthy. Holy cow. 102-mile-per-hour cutter, I think is what they said on the broadcast. But yeah, so there were some opportunities there. I tweeted the clip of Tatis stealing second base. And I mean, I shouldn't be laughing because it's not funny because this team stinks with runners in scoring position. But Tatis goes steal second. And I'm like, unfortunately, this stolen base puts a runner in scoring position because they're not going to come through here. And then when Clase came in the game, obviously, like, I love Manny, but probably not going to win that matchup. Clase is just that nasty. Man, I wish the Padres had him. Former Padre, by the way, right? Yeah, Don made sure to say that multiple times tonight. Bottom 9, Class A on the mound, obviously. Bogarts lined out. That was tough. Odor got on base, but then Carpenter struck out. That was the 102-mile-per-hour, I think, cutter there, or sinker, whatever it was. And then Crony grounded out. So Padres, they could not complete the sweep. Again, they went 3 for 14 with runners in scoring position. 3 for 14. And a couple of the runs they scored, it wasn't like it was very convincing because it was a Dixon ground out to first base that Josh Bell was like on the ground. So that allowed Kim to, I mean, props to Kim for the hustle, no doubt, but that allowed Kim to be in that spot to hustle to get to home. If Bell wouldn't have been on the ground there and focused on getting Dixon at first, Kim would not have been running there probably, right? So yeah, it kind of sucks, right? Coming on here for this show, you know, the first 2 games of this series, it's like, all right, man, those were positive games. Win 6-3 in the first game, win 5-0 last night. Score 6 runs today, but just terrible with runners in scoring position.